what is up, guys? Thanks once again for tuning into the channel. So today is going to be a basic video for you guys and to let you guys know what exactly I bring like on a daily basis to actually create content. Now this bag, as you can see, is a Supreme bag. I also wanted to give a big shout out to KIXPLORE for providing this bag. I still paid for it, guys, but you know, I just got it from them. That's what I'm just trying to say. But yeah, so everything in this bag is basically what I use normally when I go out on a day to actually create my content. So this will obviously be smaller or it could be bigger, just depending on what I actually need for my content, because sometimes I'm just going to be going to somewhere really small where I don't really need to cover a large area. Then I won't need to kind of like, let's say, bring my drone, or I won't need to bring my actual stabilizer. So you'll see that in my bag today. And I hope you guys actually learned something from this, because yeah, this can actually help you guys if you want to create content. The kind of things that you actually really need to actually produce it. I would probably like to say as well that, guys, you really don't need all this equipment to actually create content. This is just the way that I do it, because the way that I see it, it's not how much equipment that you have, it's more the content that you create. With the more equipment that you have, the more money that you spend, you can create better production quality. That's the only thing, guys. But remember, production quality isn't the most important thing. And you guys all should know, if you guys watch a lot of YouTube videos, that the most important thing is your actual story and your content. So once again, guys, this is what I usually bring on a daily basis to create my content. All right, let's get into it. By the way, if you're wondering why I actually got this bag for my actual daily content creation, it is basically because, not just because it's Supreme, okay, but mainly because of the fact that it is waterproof, and maybe a little bit because it's Supreme. You know, it gives me that little bit of a hype factor. But you know, I really like the bag, and ever since I actually saw it, I wanted to get it. Now I don't know how much percent it is waterproof, but that's what it says it is, and I think it's from the FW18 collection. I'm not really sure how else to actually describe this item. Anyway, it's got two pockets on the front. So it's got this small one here, and it's got this bigger medium-sized one over here. In the smaller medium pocket, I hold other things, like smaller things like this. This is my 360 camera to produce images and video just like this. So my wife, or back then my fiance, bought this for me. I had this ages ago and I didn't really utilize it as best as I could have. And now I'm just making up for it. Now it's not the best one. This is the Ricoh Theta R or S, I can't really remember. But it's, you know, it doesn't really do good. It doesn't do 4K, but it does 1080 pretty good. There are way better ones than this, guys, but yeah, this one does the job. So that's the 360 camera that I have. Next is probably one of the most essential things that I have in my actual, you know, content creation bag, and it is this. This is, if you guys don't know what this is a power bank. Now, a power bank basically recharges your phone or other kind of electronics that you might have while you're on the go. This one that I have is called the Jackery, and that's a brand, Jackery, and this one holds 20,000 milliamps, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it is, yeah. But this can charge around 11 times my phone, depending which phone it is, and it's come in really handy, guys. There have been so many times where, you know, you're out in rural areas and there's hardly any places to actually plug your electronics into a power port, and it's really convenient. You're not going to be one of those people out at the airport having to, let's say, you know, there's a power port right next to like the toilet. You can see them sitting down with their phone charging. That's not you anymore, guys, because you got one of these. So once again, if you're traveling or even on a daily basis, these seriously can be a lifesaver, especially when your phone is almost dying and you need to make those really important phone calls. This is clutch, guys. Seriously, if you don't have one of these while you're traveling, you guys need to get one. So the next thing I have over here is my GoPro. This is a GoPro Hero 4, if I'm not mistaken, or Hero 5, sorry. This, I wish, was the GoPro Hero 7 Black 7, but it's not. This is really useful, especially when you're in those really kind of unpredictable moments. So when you're doing action sports, like going down the zip line like this, or when you're in the water like this. So these cameras like that GoPros or other action cameras come in really handy, and this helps tell a really good story by providing that kind of different view or that different kind of footage in the actual water. It's more exciting, guys, and I believe that it actually helps add depth to your videos. So this is really cool too, and really kind of essential to have when you want to create content, especially when you're traveling, because you're going to do a little bit of like, you know, going to the beach, doing a little bit of water sports, or even when you're like, it's raining really heavily outside and you still want to create content, this comes in clutch. So that is a GoPro. So in the smaller top pocket, which I really am a big fan of, usually I put the Apple AirPods in here, but it's my wife, so she usually uses it. But when I go traveling, I take it with me. And I usually put it in this little compartment here because it's really easy to get to. And what I like about it as well is that I can actually put my my batteries in here as well, my SD cards. So it's really easy access. I don't have to open the whole bag to actually get into the to get my actual batteries, which is a little hard. I think this is just a block. So that's basically what I had in the front two pockets, and in the main compartment. So first things first. Okay, this is a little pack, guys. It's really thin. So this is my main shooting camera. I use this for photography and for videography. This is the Sony A6500. There are better cameras out there for vlogging, I would like to admit, but after doing, you know, numerous amounts of research, I come to the conclusion to get one of these. The reason why is because of Brandon Lee. If you guys haven't watched him, I'm a really big fan of his. He does, you know, cinematography in a really, really cool way. You know, it's like he goes to show and to prove to you, you don't need all the really big, expensive cameras. You just need the basic essentials. And this is one of his cameras. Literally, like, this can do so much, guys. It can take really awesome photos. It also takes really good video. And because of the in-body stabilization, it helps you provide that really smooth footage compared to doing, let's say, on a GoPro. You know, with a decent body like this can, you know, do a really good job for you and your YouTube channel, or just creating content. And the lens I've got attached is the Zeis 16-70 f4.0 whatever. This is a really good travel lens. Why? Because it does the really wide shots, and it can also zoom in. And when you zoom in and you do all these kind of different kind of shots, depending on the angle and how far the distance of your actual subject, you could still create that really good bokeh, even on f4.0. So that's why I really like this camera. I've had, you know, a lot of the kind of cinematics that you see me create has been done on this camera. So I'm a really big advocate for this actual body and this actual model. And other than that, I got this little bag here to keep other things like my other lens. This is my 35mm f1.8. So if I really want to take really good portrait shots, I use this lens because this has really, really nice bokeh, I don't know how you say it. This is to add that, once again, a different kind of view, a different kind of story using this lens. I would probably have to say that if you have two lenses, if you only want to bring two lenses ever to actually create content, a wide angle lens and a portrait lens are pretty crucial. So, because that could probably do 90% of the job that you actually need. So just a thought for you guys. So you don't need this one. You can actually just use everything. You can just create everything off just the 16-70 like I do. If you want to know more about like my lenses and my cameras, please leave a comment in the comment box. So the next thing that I have here is the Rode Mini. Yeah, this is the Rode Mini. Now, a lot of beginner, let's say YouTubers, use this for their actual vlogs. I would like to say this is pretty crucial in terms of getting good audio. A lot of people out there probably just use the audio straight off the camera. You can do that, guys, but it all really depends on you, because you could really tell the difference between audio with a mic like this, an external mic that has the fuzzy dead cat thing attached to the actual mic, The quality is really, how do I say this? You can tell the difference. Something like this is really cheap. You don't really need to buy the bigger ones that cost like 300 Australian dollars. This one only costs $80, so you know, this is not a bad play to get, because this is actually, yeah, it's really cheap and it does so much for your actual vlogs. Just remember that, guys. Audio is really important, and yeah, definitely get one of these, guys, if you're on a budget like me, and it does the job pretty well. The next thing that I have is the JOBY pod, the GORILLAPOD, however you say it. This is pretty crucial as well. Probably this, the camera body, the lens, and the actual mic are the main things that I used when I first started with YouTubing. It's like a lot of people might say, what do you need the GORILLAPOD for? It's basically so you could like talk to yourself. It gives a better kind of angle, and you can adjust it as well through these dials here, and it provides like a different angle, so you can actually let's say like you could use it like that, and so you can actually see yourself better. And not just that, guys, but you can actually attach this to, let's say, like poles. You can wrap the legs around a pole, move away, and then you could video yourself. And also, it's good for taking photos. It's, how do I say this? You can't always take the perfect photo by putting it on the table. So sometimes you need a different angle, and this baby helps you do that. So it's really, I would probably suggest, if you do photography, JOBY pod like this is pretty crucial, because it can help you get those different kind of angles of you. Like, especially if you're the only photographer, you're like a one-man team like I am, like, you know, getting something like this is very important, and it helps you so much, guys. One thing I don't like about it is that this attachment here that goes underneath the actual camera, it gets loose pretty easily. It really annoys me, because I always need to bring a car key, so that I can actually tighten this little knob right here, because it always goes really loose. And so when I put it up, my actual camera is facing a different angle compared to how I had it before. So I don't know, but it's just like a small problem that I've dealt with really easily, and you get used to it. And for the benefits this has, you know, it's definitely worth it. So once again, this is a JOBY GORILLAPOD, pretty essential, guys. I also have one of these. This, if you guys don't know, this is an actual stabilizer. This is for the phone. This is not for my my camera body. I really love this stabilizer, this gimbal, because of its many different features. This is for your phone, if I didn't mention it before. So you basically put your phone here, bang, clip it on. If you have wireless charging, it does wireless charging as well. This lasts 10 hours, guys, or that's what they say. So it lasts a really long time. And it's so light, guys. Like, no joke. It's easy to get really smooth footage with this, as you can see here. So, you know, if you really want those kind of really cinematic, smooth footage, this really comes out clutch for you guys. It really helps create that really cool like mood, like dramatic mood, especially when you do things on slow-mo. It really creates a better video, and it increases, once again, your production quality for your actual videos. So it's something you don't really need this, guys, but you know, as you could probably see before, it really does add that better dimension to your actual videos. This is called the MOZA Mini. And it's really cheap. There's different versions of this, guys. You can buy so many, you don't have to buy this one. There's so many out there right now in the marketplace where you can create really smooth footage with just your phone. And by the way, guys, I'm using my phone right now, because I usually use my camera, my Sony, but to create this video, I thought it would be better if you can actually see all my main kind of like gear. And just goes to show, guys, to create content, you basically just need your camera phone, and that's what I'm doing now. I've got links to a lot of these kind of these items in the description box. Just to let you know, they are Amazon links. So when you click them and then you buy something off the website, after clicking, I get a small cutback, guys. So it's not a really big one. It's like it's the cents kind of thing, but every little cent actually helps me grow this channel. So it's up to you. You don't have to, of course. I'm just letting you guys know that, because yeah, I need help. Every little cent helps grow the channel. Thanks, guys. So the next two items is actually, the next two items is just one item. So the first item is, this is the controller for my drone. I keep it in a hard case like this because I get really worried sometimes with that, like my bag gets like shoved around everywhere all the time, and I might take it for granted because look, I actually lost one of the dials here, and I can't, there's a certain feature that I can't do on the actual drone because I lost that dial. So I got one of these hard cases to actually help protect it. So you put the phone, you get the phone, and then you put it here, and then you just basically control it from there. That's the drone. And of course, you need the actual drone. This is another hard case that I have gotten for my drone. My drone is called the MAVIC Pro. I do not have the new one, even though it's got pretty spectacular features. This is the drone, guys. The footage that you can get with this drone is pretty remarkable. I never really wanted to get one of those DJI Phantoms because they're huge. They're too big. They just annoyed me. And the first time I actually saw this available, I bought it straight away because it's so small. The quality of the actual video, I would probably say, is a little bit, it's not as good as it would be on that Phantom 4 or like the newest DJI Phantom. As long as I can get my story told by using this drone, I'm pretty happy. And to be honest, I'm really happy with the actual footage that he actually creates. I just wish that I wish that I had ND filters, because sometimes, usually when I drone, I'm usually flying right outside in the bright daylight. So all this light is just going into the camera and it kind of blows out the whites, just like you can see here. So it's something that I'm working on, but definitely this still creates really, really good like story capabilities. And you know, I would probably say if you're a travel content creator, this is a definite must. And if I were you, I would probably go for one of those new DJI MAVIC Pros, the new ones, because they're so awesome. They do like slow-mo. If you have to get one, maybe just get the MAVIC Air, because that's pretty special. Like, it does a lot of whatever this does. It's smaller and it's just really good. So once again, if you're a travel content creator, any drone is pretty crucial. Up to the last actual piece of what I bring to create daily content. And just to clarify, guys, this is a MacBook. I'm not a Mac user, I've never been a Mac user, but for this, how do I say, for this example, I'm using it. The computer that I usually use is far too big to actually like put in this actual camera bag. It does fit inside it, but it doesn't fit inside the laptop sleeve. But I'm just using this as an example as something that you can put in, because I am thinking about getting another laptop that is actually 15-inch and actually has the specs that I want. Once again, I'm just using this as an example because to create content, you need a laptop, you need some sort of software to kind of enhance your videos, to edit your videos, to edit your photos. Basically, this is it, guys. So this is all I really bring. There are other times when if I want to create like better quality videos, I will exchange this camera gimbal for an actual gimbal for my actual camera, this one, my Sony. And I usually have way more batteries for like whenever I create content. Let's say when I travel overseas, I have a bigger bag. I won't use this one. I'd probably use this one for like the daily going out with all this, but I'll have another bag that could fit way more than all this. So once again, guys, creating content is it's up to you. You are the creative, so you have to find ways to actually, you know, whatever story that you're trying to tell, the content you're trying to create, the most creative way that you can shoot it with what you've got is the best video that you can actually make. And once again, guys, it's not always about what you have. It's more important with how you use your actual equipment. Anyway, guys, I hope you kind of got something from my actual little video that I actually did. Hope it wasn't too long, and I hope you got a little bit of an insight of what I use on a daily basis to actually create content. And once again, guys, if you like the video, please give me that big thumbs up. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I will be doing more of these kind of videos in the future. If you have any questions about how I create my content, please leave it in the comments box below. Anyway, guys, thanks once again for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah.